official car swept into Government House early this morning. The Prime Minister needs to get the Governor-General's assent before he dissolves Parliament and calls the poll.
Well, here we go again. As you know, I've been to see the Governor-General this morning and recommended to him that the House of Representatives be dissolved and that we have an election for the House of Representatives and half the Senate on March the 2nd, and he has agreed.
I am going to follow an election campaign. Parliament House, Canberra seems the logical place to start. But it is empty, even though 4 hours ago a federal election was announced from here. The first of many surprises.
Here we are, we have had a government which has won elections by fear and smear. Now the chickens are coming home to roost.
But later there are no surprises.
And do you have an answer to the question?
What question is
the question about
men in suits accusing each other of treachery.
Okay.
I wish we had another choice, though. We've got 2 men in suits.
Women in suits accusing men in suits of being men in suits.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking with us. That's a taste of the next 5 weeks to come.
Not only allowed, but conditioned to behave like this by a media that thrives on conflict.
That's a very, very good, strong recommendation that he's older than Keating.
Even independent commentators have conflicting independencies. How much are election campaigns distorted by the media? How much have they changed because of the media? I am going to follow a campaign all day, every day, from beginning to end. At Parliament House, the first press conference is called. Crews and journalists from every media outlet emerge from their bureaus upstairs and gather.
We're going to...
Greg Turnbull, Press Secretary, link between Keating and the media. We are the first people to be shown the ALP campaign ads.
Keating.
Keating.
It has to be Keating. You don't have to like him.
But you've got to respect him.
But you've got to respect him.
Who's the best political leader? It has to be Keating.
It can't be Johnny Howard. Imagine him.
Their battle lines have been drawn up early. It's about leadership.
Are you all? Tell me when you're ready. There's a sort of a hint in the commentary now that, well, now the government's got the Australian economy in pretty good shape. It's growing quite strongly, as you know, stronger than I think any other Western economy.
But on the front foot.
You can't be driving along in top gear and then throw the car into neutral and just hope it might drift over the line. It's not going to drift over the line, it's going to stop.
From behind the ropes, a question about the ad.
The person says that they may not like you, but at least they trust you. Is that recognition by you that you accept that Australians don't necessarily like you?
Anyone who goes through
He remains on the front foot.
public life like I have, having the community say, yippee, thank goodness we've got them, really? I mean, really, is that what you expect? This is not an election for other than the consolidation of Australia's best interest. And there's only one way that's going to happen, a further mandate for the government. I think I'll leave it at that.
After 25 minutes, he tells everyone it's over. Turnbull stays back to explain details and answer queries. On the outskirts of Melbourne, the cream of Australia's youth are going through last-minute rehearsals. Today, they will dance for the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, Mr. Paul Keating.
Chatter, 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 speech, 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 speech. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Economic issues and faith.
Venues are usually kept secret until the last possible moment to avoid scenes like this. There is a risk the cameras will focus on the unfavourable images instead of the ones that have been orchestrated. The auditorium is packed with party faithful. Many journalists sit outside. They don't need to hear the speech. Copies were distributed earlier by Keating's staff. Later, in a nearby room, a press conference is set up. Media are given a chance to cross-examine Keating on policy details.
What we've done here today with Young Australia is again...
But youth policy is eclipsed by what seems a minor issue. He's asked why federal funds have been spent on this launch, which was seen as a campaign event.
No doubt you've had the Liberals whispering that in your ear. Here we are, trying to look after young Australians, when Peter Costello is saying he'll put...
The response is sound, but his aside inaccurate. He names the wrong politician.
The development of such a policy.
This gaffe, not youth policy, becomes the main election story. No one seems to know where Keating's off to next. There is a strange rumour. In a community farm near the Dandenongs, Australia's two leading statesmen are inspecting livestock. They are going to a duck pond, and there's only one way the press can follow. I share the back of the truck with one of the country's most respected political commentators.
Surely not after this.
A latecomer reenacts the final scene from Von Ryan's Express.
That was my finger.
The media have followed Keating through a barn, over a swamp and across a windswept field for this.
Well, you see there, Gareth says home at my unit farm is the Cambodia Peace Accords or chemical weapons. And what Mr Howard do is, of course, say, no, Mr Downer's better at this than he is. Yeah, sure he is. Come on, Alex, put him up. Where's Jamie?
Even on a miniature train there is a pecking order.